and tools, right? And I tell people, you know, when I'm gone, if you do Sanchin, you haven't forgotten me. You know, if you practice my martial arts, I'm still there. I.e., in the same of the great Joe Lewis. When I practice Grandmaster Lewis's movements, and by the way, when you talk about somebody like Joe Lewis, and you use the term Grandmaster, if anybody's ever earned it, it has been that guy. I mean, he went in there and revitalized and restructured the whole martial arts, as did Bill Superfoot Wallace, Grandmaster Wallace. These two gentlemen, those guys had a want when there was no money in it, there was nothing in it, and these guys took it to a level that far surpasses anything I've ever even seen. And I've been around the world doing this stuff, and my goodness, and I've been trained in London and in Okinawa, and those two gentlemen are lights and beacons for the rest of us to follow. If you ever want to do anything in the martial arts, you just study those two gentlemen. And I mean, who in the heck blows a knee out and decides to be the best kicker in the world? I mean, really, think about it. All right? So I'm doing judo, I'm doing wrestling, I blow my knee out. Okay, oh, I'm not going to quit that. I'm just going to be the world's best kicker. I mean, there's a thinking process that goes into that Mr. Wallace and that I've asked him and talked to him about it a lot. And he couldn't see failure. You know, for him, when he decided to do it, there was no option. He was going to do it. And when Joe Lewis won all those tournaments, he came back, won his first tournament, won all those grand championships. And then he walks up to the guys and goes, hey, guess what? Everything we're doing is wrong. We need to trash 90% of it. You know, because it doesn't work. What? What do you mean it doesn't work? It's 200 years old. Well, so is the Model T, and we don't use it that much anymore. We use motion. We step in a car, but we're not riding the same car we did back in 1902. Right? We got a new car. We got new vessels. We learned from what they did. Should you stay back in the Stone Age? Absolutely not. You should revere your history and your traditions. But yet you should modify the movement because our bodies and our thinking and our culture is different now. So you're really dealing with a whole different animal when you talk about now what martial arts is and what it's developed into from what it was back in the 1800s, early 1900s, even in the 50s and 60s, when martial arts was really kicking it up in Okinawa, 50s and 60s, when they were going to China and learning an art called Five Ancestors. 4 or 5 of the big masters that did Shoin-ryu, Isshin-ryu, Goju-ryu, all went to Putian and studied, but yet went back to Okinawa and modified what they learned to fit their culture, their bodies, and their usage of the art. But that was okay. See? That was fine for them to do that, but don't let an American do it. If an American does it, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? How dare you taint the tradition? Well, I think that those two gentlemen didn't taint a thing. I think what they did was moved us lightning speed forward in the uses of what Americans do in their martial arts world.